It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. The fans are filling the seats out in Boston, the site of our broadcast, and where the Celtics will be going up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, they've only come out in front in one of their first 3 games so far, so a win tonight will be important to them, to be at 500 instead of 3 games under. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform expectations. What can they do to keep rolling?
Just keep playing to your strengths, and you never let up. You can't change what you're doing now. It's working.
It's that simple.
It's that simple.
And to add on to what my good friend Kenny was saying,
Am I not your friend?
But you didn't say anything.
Yes,
Kenny
I did.
Said something. All right. Anyway, can't get overconfident like you're doing right now. Even though you're winning, you keep looking for things that you can do better.
Man.
And you are my good friend, Ernie. I love you.
Thanks, Shaq. Now, let's send it over to Kevin Harlan.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name, The Big Ticket. Dude, K-Hard, man, I hope you got a package of all this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. The Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just 1 game before heading back out. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, look, we know the Celtics overhauled their entire training staff in 2017, and it was controversial. They're forging partnerships with tech companies and pursuing more advanced methods of training. Now, this did come after a possible, we stress possible, mishandling of the Isaiah Thomas hip injury. And it does prove again that results matter. Kevin?
And the Celtics, David, never one to rest on their laurels. Thanks for the report. Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relayer of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
So I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility, one of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. And it's Ross in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Ross. And it's sent back by Horford. Up top, Tatum. Defended by Gordon. Tatum's shot is off. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the Knicks in New York. Got that bucket in no time at all. Fournier's got the first 3 points tonight for Orlando. Irving against Augustine. Now here's Irving. He's guarded closely. There's the screen. Here's Brown. 4 on the shot clock. And finished off by Brown.
I'll tell you, you allow an athlete like Jaylen Brown to get this close, it's going to be finished and finished strong.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Irving against Augustine. Gordon with a screen on Irving. Shot clock at 5. Gordon with the screen for Augustine. And Horford pulls it down.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
Now here's Irving. And he just worked New York in that last game. He's off on that one. Gordon with the defensive effort. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Ross. They get it again. Bamba. And it's sent back by Horford.
How about the timing by Al Horford? Twice on the pipes, sends it back.
Hayward outside. The three. The shot that time, not on target. So Orlando will take it the other way. Kevin, your drive and attention to detail were phenomenal. How do you deal with rookies who were largely uninformed? They were maybe not as receptive to the attention to detail that the elite like you pursued.
Well, one of the things I would do if I saw a guy who wasn't as keen to detail as I was, I would pull him to the side. I would show him, some of the things I would see. I would get, some dialogue with him and what he was seeing, and then try to get him to see what I was seeing as far as the point I was making. And then, challenge him a little bit to be a little more present within certain things and then apply it. I don't believe in shouting. I don't believe in embarrassing someone. I like to always, grab some of the young guys because the young guys don't have all the confidence yet. So I'm trying to build confidence with the young guys.
Good point.
So
Good point.
when you get them one-on-one, you're able to, have an intimate conversation and then you have full, they're engaged. They're talking to you.
Yes.
And that's what you want. So, with that, I've always found it better to go one-on-one to the side and to find it to be a lot more efficient.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Yeah, maybe a new approach because what they're doing is not working. You're going to have to alter some things on the offensive end.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. For three, Ross buries the long-range jumper. Ross has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Boston trailing. Left side, Irving. For three, Hayward. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Well, Gordon Hayward's so good in the catch-and-shoot situations.
Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Bamba dishes to Fournier. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Brown. And too long on the shot.
Just a little hesitation on that release, right? His timing looked a bit off.
Hayward can hit.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Augustine against Irving. To the inside. It's good from Gordon on the assist by Augustine. Gordon's got his first 2 points. And Doc Rivers, your coach with the Celtics, such a great leader, brought your team together. Talk about that.
He brought us the belief from Mbutu and bringing all of us together and that you give yourself for the greater of the group. And everybody bought into that. And when you hear about when Miami won, Pat Riley had all those guys give something to the pot and giving yourself to something. And when you think about what team is, all these great coaches, these great minds, these great philosophers, it all surrounds that whole little philosophy right there, giving yourself to be able to get something and gain something.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. But a true philosophy in winning.
You get a little glimpse into the mindset of Evan Fournier. This guy will do whatever it takes to win.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. First one falls for him. And so Fournier nails both of them.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Down low, here's Horford, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Kevin, you have to love how tough Al Horford is. When he gets deep, low post position, it makes it really hard on the defense.
The Celtics shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Shoot 2.
And he can't get the first one.
I think one of the things organizations appreciate about Al Horford is how he is a two-way player. He's always going to give his best effort. What a pro this guy is.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And Kevin, you think about some of your toughest matchups. What about Shaquille O'Neal? What was it like defending Big Shaq?
You know what, man? Shaq, later on in our years, I had to guard him later, man. I told y'all, man. I guarded Shaq one time in the Cleveland series, and it was like holding up the side of a house. Seriously. Listen, I want y'all to go home and do this. I know I usually use food, right?
Yeah, right.
We're going to use materials
Okay.
in houses today, okay? I want you to go home, tell your wife, your girlfriend to ignore you. Cut out the side of your house. Go get your homeboy, have him help you. After he cuts the side of it, I want you to hold up the side of the house with your forearm for the whole 24 hours.
Oh.
Matter of fact, let's just do 2 hours.
Okay, all right,
2 hours. I don't want to break your arm.
Okay, yeah.
After 2 hours, you're going to push the house back, reseal it with some glue or whatever, right? Not my problem. That's how your arm feels, guarding Shaq.
Really?
I couldn't even wave at people right-handed for a whole day.
You had to wave left-handed?
I had to wave left-handed. And people know me. I'm all right-handed. You know, I'm all, you know, nothing left-handed. I just throw my hand like this.
That is a big drink of water,
Listen,
isn't
man,
it?
listen. I have so much respect for all the centers that have guarded Shaq. You know, seriously, you know, rest in peace to all the centers Shaq has destroyed.
Huh?
What?
Exhausting.
Shaq is like a side of your house. For all y'all wondering what it's like, and all y'all want some of the diesel, what it's like to guard the diesel, go out and try to hold up your house. The diesel. Shout to the diesel.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, the former #3 pick in the 2017 draft, Jason Tatum, has been nothing short of amazing as a young gun in this league. What a star on the rise.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
And Kev, in your time with the Celtics, you had the big three. Big four, even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah. But just to think about it, though, we all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that what you possess. I was more vocal, more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constant reminding, you know, not to say that you didn't have some young ones buck back or whatever. It's part of it. In that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all adjoining. We're all sinking each other, good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things. Things that, you know what, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated and let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously, seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth. True growth when you really think about it, you know? True growth.
Amazing. For three, Ross. Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
Yeah, and this is something Bamba does so well. The unbelievable recognition and timing to come up with offensive rebounds.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
I think, Greg, he just has to get them on the same page. With this kind of lax defensive effort, something has got to change.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. Isaac comes in for Terrence Ross. Simmons checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Grant in for Augustine. It's good. Rozier's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, Kevin, don't you love how unselfish Marcus Smart is? Sees the open man, whips the pass over in just the right amount of space.
It's stolen by Morris.
You know what? That passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat there to get the steal.
Shots good by Baines.
And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Right, Greg, you've got to push him off the box, because once he's got that deep low post position, turn the lights off.
Now here's Vucevic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Kevin, you did the unusual. Your senior year in high school, you transferred not just to another city, but to another state, where you were named the high school player of the year across the country. Tell us a bit about the importance of that personally and playing-wise to you.
Well, you know, going to a new place, I wanted to establish myself in a big city like Chicago. Coming from a small place like South Carolina, it was a shock at first. And what I mean by shock, I just never estimated that many good players being in one central area. Chicago has tons of talent that's unheard of. And all I want to do is just have a presence there. And it was a bit of a task, but, you know, slowly but surely I gave myself short goals. You know, to be number one is always a goal of mine, but more importantly, to be established, for everybody to know that, you know, this is Kevin Garnett. This is who he is. This is what he's about. And, you know, I used to wear that on my shoulder. I've always took a lot of pride in myself and how I prepare. And I wanted everybody to know in the city of Chicago that I was there.
Here's Rozier after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Magic.
They are shooting the lights out from beyond on really limited attempts. So you have to think they ought to feed those hot hands on the perimeter and see if they can keep this thing going.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Grant with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks to Vucevic. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've been aggressive and assertive right from the opening tip. They've seized command of this game. Let's see what happens.
No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Boston, no good that time either. Here's Simmons. Rebound, Boston. Baines has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Kevin, terrific footwork. So critical for an elite big man to be great. It's like you can't be that big and that good and not have good footwork, right?
You know what? Part of being that good is that you have, you know, good footwork.
Yes.
You know, a lot of the counters, a lot of the post work, you know, you're opening up, you having to use the backboard. You know, that's a certain way you got to open up to be able to get that shot off. If you're left-handed, you got to be able to do it both ways. You know, it's very complex, but footwork is a big part of it. You have to have it. It's impeccable, and the ones that don't have the struggle.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Vucevic. He has 7. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Vucevic, a screen on Rozier. 5 to shoot. No good from Grant.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
Smart misses.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Hits it from 3-point range.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
There's a screen. Here's Baines. A shot missing. Great D that time from Vucevic. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Baines, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Stolen. Tice passes to Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. And stolen by Gordon. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Vucevic. Misses off the right iron. For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And offensively that night, it seemed like anytime they took one step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
Rozier the pass to Baines. Back to Rozier. Over Grant. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Rozier's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Grant against Rozier. And here is Grant. He's coming off a 13-point game against Philadelphia. Here's Vucevic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
What you love about Nikola Vucevic is every night you know he's going to play hard and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. You love playing with teammates like that, guys.
The free throw drops for Vucevic, and Orlando making a change here. And both free throws good for Vucevic. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Magic. They lead by 12. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, and not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward, an all-star. Stevens has moved into the conversation for best coach in our league.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
We've got Aaron Baines. Marcus Smart is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Tice in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
You know, footwork that jumps right out at me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body a lot. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had an unbelievable vertical. Yeah, Tim Duncan had really good feet also. Rasheed Wallace had really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had really good feet. You know, you can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names. Vucevic, and Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 7 rebounds in the game. Smart kicks to Rozier. There's the pick. Inside, here's Baines. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Baines has got 6.
and they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's a 1-2, covered by Morris. Shot off the screen, and that one hits back iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Smart goes in. Pass to Baines. Now Rozier. Vucevic defending. Rozier the pass to Morris. Back to Rozier. Here's Tice. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
I'll tell you, somebody fell asleep because the defense was not paying any attention to him. That's a huge blunder.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
You know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
For the Magic, Bamba is checked in for Isaac. Fournier comes in for Simmons, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Poked loose, and there's the pass to Augustine. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Al Horford is a multiple all-star. And if you count his stats, you miss what he brings to the table. When you factor in his passing, his defense, his efficiency, he does all the things that help you win. Coach Brad Stevens said, Al Horford averaging 15 points a game for you is like other guys averaging 27. Kevin?
The definition of a pro. Terrific guy. Thank you, D.A.
Kev, how about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
What's up?
That free throw good from Brown.
How exciting is Jaylen Brown as a basketball player? This guy is a skilled forward who loves showing off that ability to dunk the basketball.
They grabbed their own miss. They need this one. Here's Bamba. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Bamba's got his third basket of the night. Outside Irving. Dishes to Tatum. Outside Irving. Brown outside. Rebound by the Magic. They've led by as many as 14 points. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
I tell you, when Brown is running like that, it's hard to stop him. This guy is superb at beating defenders up the floor.
Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Irving against Augustine. Outside Fournier. Vucevic a screen on Brown. Here's Fournier. Tries again. Bamba kicks to Fournier. Brown the pass to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for Boston.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Vucevic. Fade away. No good on that one.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
Brown, and another basket for Boston.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Nikola Vucevic. Last season, he played outstanding. Put up about 16 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
And that one's good, Irving.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Augustine against Irving. Picked by Vucevic. To the paint. Here's Fournier, and it's blocked by Brown.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Hayward kicks to Horford. Shoots over Vucevic, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
Well, they seem to be taking control. There's no doubt about that. Quality shots on every possession with great execution.
Pass to Fournier. Ross in the corner. Bamba setting the pick for Ross. 6 to shoot. Will it go? Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 3rd rebound tonight. 3-pointer. Hayward goes back up. Here's Horford. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Yeah, Al Horford really cleaning the window right now. He's just pounding away on the opponent.
Fournier against Brown. Now here's Fournier. D right on him. And Vucevic kicks to Augustine. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Boston leading by 6. Outside Irving. In the corner, it's Hayward. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the 2nd quarter. Ross passes to Vucevic. Over Tatum. And it's Vucevic missing.
Struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up.
Hayward kicks to Horford. Back to Hayward. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the 2nd chance points. And the Celtics lead by 8.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Irving against Augustine. Outside Fournier. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got assist number 5 here tonight. Austin's gotten cold from deep in the 2nd quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Irving against Augustine. Irving kicks to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Magic. Bamba's got 11 rebounds in the game. The Magic trail by 5. Fournier gets a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he continues to have trouble with his shot. Well below 50% from the field in this period.
And on the way from Irving for 3. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. Orlando's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on 3s. Vucevic is screen on Brown. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Austin making some changes. Morris comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And a switcher also for Orlando. Gordon's checked in. Outside Fournier. Gordon with the screen for Fournier. Kicks it out to Gordon. Jacks up a 3. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Smart. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. And it's an 11-point Boston lead.
And getting going here in the 2nd quarter, his 2nd 3-pointer of the game.
Fournier against Smart. Ross in the corner. Gordon a screen. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Another shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
The Magic have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. That free throw missing. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Celtics. Daniel Tice comes in for Tatum. Orlando also making some changes. Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Fournier, and it's Grant in for Augustine. And he sinks the second. Here's Smart. 6 points for him. In the corner, Irving with it. Back to Smart. There's the dish to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Irving attacking, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. There's the call. It's a foul in Orlando.
Well, Uncle Drew will go out there and do his thing, won't he? Kyrie Irving, an exceptional player. And in fact, if you ask other NBA players, he's one of their favorite to watch.
And the first one drops.
And in the 2016-17 season, Kyrie hit better than 90% of his free throws. That is a terrific percentage.
Both free throws good for Irving.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And Morris comes over to help to the middle. Ross passes to Gordon. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Simmons sets a screen for Grant. The Magic need to get a shot off here. The Magic again can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Irving passes to Morris. Back to Irving. And the wide open shot from Morris. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one. And KG, I know you've got to run, but as always, you've always got a home here. Thanks for stopping by, and please come back.
Man, K-Hall, man, thank you. Thank 2K, man. I appreciate y'all bringing me through here, man. Anytime y'all need the guard, y'all let me know, man.
The best, Kevin Garnett. And always a special occasion to have KG with us, Doris, a guy who really brings it every time we speak with him.
Well, his enthusiasm is contagious. This guy is a leader on and off the court. There's a vibrancy, a joy that he brings that was key to his success as a player and how fun as a broadcaster.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Simmons.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Irving dishes to Morris. Back to Irving. Here's Tice. Offline with his 3. The Magic trail by 12. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's good for 2. Bamba's got 8 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious. Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
And I think that's exactly what you'll see here, right? They don't want the other team getting that final look.
Outside Irving. Smart on the wing. Misses the wing J.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
feel I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo, so just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Well, we all know it was a great half for Kyrie, but it's hard to believe, Ernie, Kenny, that this guy just keeps getting better. Mentally, I thought he was a step ahead of everyone. Physically as well. He can make the spectacular play look spectacularicious.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. You know, when you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
Well, court vision, Doris, one of those intangible skills. You had it when you played, and when it comes to seeing the floor, I'm sure you have people that impress you with the way they see what's going on.
Kevin, I feel very lucky and fortunate to have witnessed one of the seminal players of his generation and arguably the greatest passer in the history of the NBA, and that's LeBron James. I mean, this guy's ability to make any pass, to put a 50-foot pass on a rope from one side of the floor, maybe from the hash mark to the opposite corner, and put it in the shooting pocket of different players is mind-boggling. At the center spot, you've got the young and talented and pass-first center of Nikola Jokic. And then, of course, the man who, to me, for a 10-year stretch, was the best pure point guard in the NBA, and that's Chris Paul. And listen, historically, some of the guys I loved watching, Steve Nash, John Stockton, I loved Mo Cheeks. Listen, I'm very partial to men who want to distribute the basketball and who take special relish in watching guys score baskets off their work.
So on the floor for Orlando, Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Augustine in at the point. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And when you talk about someone being thrown into the fire, Tatum called on early by the Celtics his rookie year.
That's right. With the injury to Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum was placed into a very prominent role. And how impressive was he with the poise and the polish throughout the year? Really incredible.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, there's an accuracy and an assertiveness to Gordon Hayward. So good at getting to the mid-range game.
Now here is Augustine. Pass to Gordon. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Gordon's got 14 points.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Now here is Augustine. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Gordon with a screen on Irving. Irving against Augustine. Gordon with a screen on Irving. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Augustine. Augustine's got his second bucket of the night. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 6. It's deflected. Gordon, the pass to Ross. Here's Bamba. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Celtics leading by 9. Irving drives in. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And we know this. When Kyrie Irving starts to get going on the offensive end, he's really tough to contain. An incredible scorer because you know he can hurt you from any area of the floor.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Orlando Magic has struggled to find difference-making players in the draft or in free agency. Their goal is to get younger but get better at the same time. And it's difficult to do, even in the Eastern Conference, but Orlando is determined to get this right. Kevin?
And the journey continues for them and a lot of teams. DA, thank you. The free throw drops for Gordon.
What an interesting evolution for the Celtics last year at the point guard position. Of course, they trade Brooklyn's unprotected #1 pick for Kyrie Irving. Then Irving goes down, and you think, okay, they have to go into the playoffs without that veteran closer.
That one misses. One thing we know about the Kyrie injury, they discovered a potential star in guard Terry Rozier.
Well, I think the Celtics knew what they had in Terry Rozier. This is the guy many in the organization wanted to draft in that draft class. And I believe Terry Rozier is a starting point guard in the league, and he certainly proved just that.
Now here is Horford. He's got 10. Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Brown's got 11 points.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
How about the leap forward, guys, that Jaylen Brown took as a second-year player in the NBA? He improves across the board and becomes a mainstay of their rotation. And there's so much to like about his future, guys.
Rozier, he's checked in for the Celtics. And the Magic making a change here as well. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Isaac. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Horford.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And it's Rozier missing. Doris with Brown, you knew he had the athleticism, and now we're seeing the skill.
Right, because Jaylen Brown has great work ethic and is putting in the time to develop every facet of his game. This guy strikes you as a young man who's got a very bright future on and off the floor.
Now here's Hayward, following the miss by Mohamed Bamba. And it's sent back by Isaac.
You can see the long wingspan of Jonathan Isaac coming into play, twice on the pipes.
And Horford, here we go, shoots over Bamba. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
Oh, the officials are all over that one. And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
Not a lot to be happy about with the Magic last season, but they did see some improvement in some of their players.
You know what, Kevin? I think you saw Aaron Gordon make a big leap, and I don't think he was alone. Guys like Evan Fournier and other wings also continue to develop their games. If there was one silver lining for a very difficult season, that would have to be it.
Now here's Hayward. 4-on-3 break. Augustine against Rozier. Now here is Augustine. He's tightly guarded. No good on the triple.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And finished off by Brown.
And you got to love Brown's shot selection. He's definitely capable of draining these types of shots consistently.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And Boston has possession. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Tatum kicks to Horford. Back to Tatum. Over Gordon. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 4 assists now tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 6. Kicks it out to Gordon. Looking to end the drought. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gordon's got 18 points.
Boy, how about Aaron Gordon stretching the floor with his shooting at this point? He knew that was an important element to add to his game.
Rozier, the pass to Tatum. Picked by Horford. The Celtics working the ball around now. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And for their matchup with the Bucks, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Augustine against Rozier. Hayward on the wing. Back to Rozier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Horford. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The past few seasons, Doris, Al Horford has really stepped up his passing.
Well, he has, Kevin, and part of it certainly is the system. But to me, this guy has incredible vision and feel on the offensive end of the floor. He's a key component of what they do.
Free throw drops for Al Horford. Well, Doris, at times out there, things get a little heated. Some people feel like the whistle's being blown too quickly on some of these technical fouls. What do you think?
I would actually completely disagree, Kevin. I think there are certain players who are given far too much latitude and others for whom the whistle does come too quickly. So I think it would be better and more helpful to the officials, the teams, and also the fans to understand what is and what does cross a line. Because to me, there's no consistency. There's a lot of confusion. And I think it works both ways. Sometimes too long of a leash, sometimes too short.
Excellent appraisal. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Wow. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Magic have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
When you think about the Boston Celtics last year, they were defined by their defense. But one overlooked area was the improvement they made in their defensive rebounding numbers. Think about it, was their only top 10 finish in that category in the last 10 years. Incredible.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. Morris comes in for Jason Tatum. And, of course, the key to the Celtics' success last year, proficiency on the defensive end in general.
Well, best defense in the league by many statistical measures, Kevin. They had incredible switchability almost across the board. Pretty much everyone on the floor could guard multiple positions. This is how they built their roster.
First one falls for him. Doris, great to see Gordon Hayward out there fully recovered from his injury.
You know, Kev, after watching that injury happen, you had to wonder if he'd ever play again. So how wonderful to see Gordon Hayward just step between the lines and compete.
And so he makes both from the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Magic trail by 15. Grant kicks to Isaac. Screen by Grant. The pass to Awundu. Gordon with a screen on Smart. Here's Awundu. Here's Vucevic. Softly drops in the floater. Vucevic has got 11 points.
Capable of finishing off the drive. I love how determined Nikola Vucevic looks when he puts the ball on the deck.
Morris outside. He feeds it to Baines. Vucevic with the block, but they recover it. Here's Smart. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Orlando, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Celtics leading by 13. Now Rozier. He has 7. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Guard Terry Rozier, a fantastic spark plug off the bench for this team, Doris.
But the reality to me is Terry Rozier is a good enough player to be a starter in the NBA, but that ability to create instant offense, really special.
And the Celtics making a change here. Tice is checked in.
One shot behind the lanes.
That's good from Rozier. The Magic trail by 16. Grant outside. Pass to Isaac. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 9 rebounds now tonight. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And Marcus Smart, Doris, is a player who will give you whatever he can on offense.
Right. Marcus Smart is on the floor because of his defensive abilities. But what Brad Stevens likes to say is Marcus will make the big shots.
No good on the free throw.
And you know what I love, Kevin, is Marcus Smart just continues to improve. We know he's a powerful athletic guard, but he wants to keep building different aspects of his game.
And the second free throw, good.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
That one goes in, and it's 13 points for Vucevic.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. He's so comfortable this close to the cup.
Rozier against Grant from 12 feet out. And it falls over the rim and in. Rozier's got 5 points now this quarter. And Greg was smart. When he's off the floor injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. And great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now, here's Grant. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
Celtics leading by 15. Now, here's Rozier. 12 points for him. Pass to Baines. Over in the corner, Rozier. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. Here's Tice. Lays it up off the glass. Tice has got 7 points.
I'll tell you, this guy does some tough work on the glass. Battles as hard as anybody for those second chance opportunities.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Boy, how about the tenacity of Aaron Gordon? So good at being assertive and taking over the offense when necessary.
Smart dishes to Morris. Back to Smart. And he banks in the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Now here's Simmons, picked by Vucevic, and Simmons kicks to Isaac. And it's off from three-point range. Celtics leading by 17. 1:15 left in the third. Rozier the pass to Tice. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
A chance to check out stats for Rozier. Some last season stats for him. Last season chipped in 11 points per game, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid start.
Oh.
You got to be kidding. Well, the flashback to Ross's rookie year when he won the dunk contest. Give him a chance, and you're guaranteed to see something flashy.
Baines dishes to Irving. Celtics passing it around. They set the screen. Here's Tice, defended by Gordon. Good. And the Celtics lead by 17.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Bamba. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be, and Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
Back to Irving. 13 feet away. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Grant kicks to Gordon. Here's Bamba, and the dunk by Bamba.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
And so it's the Boston Celtics. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be right back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smart. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Tice in at the 4. That's the Boston 5. Here's Gordon. And Baines pulls it down.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
And the slam dunk by Irving.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night. And he's done that in a big way.
The Magic trail by 17. Gordon with the screen for Simmons. He kicks it to Gordon. Back to Simmons. Gordon a screen. From outside the arc. And Boston with the rebound. On the wing, Morris. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And the Celtics making a change here. Tatum's checked in. DJ Augustine's checked in for the Magic. Gordon a screen. Over Tatum. It's rebounded by Tice. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against New York. Irving drives in. They set the screen. A three from Morris. That shot no good. The Magic go the other way with it.
I'll tell you, with the struggle he has had today, he probably won't be their #1 option as they look to close this game out.
Taken away. Smart wide open. He fires. Connects from three-point range.
Well, though he's not known as a prolific three-point shooter, Marcus Smart takes his time, delivers. That's a big-time shot.
For three, Fournier cans it from downtown.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Outside, Smart. Tatum on the wing. Morris passes to Tice. Shoots over Bamba. Tice, no good. The Magic trail by 17. Knocked loose. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And here's Tatum for three. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Got that one up quick.
Well, this is where Fournier's at his best. Give him some room to run, and that speed will take its toll.
Irving against Augustine. Irving up top. Kicks it to Smart. Inside. Here's Tice. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba. The first free throw is good. And the Magic last season, Doris, suffered on offense due to a lack of outside shooting.
And it wasn't the number of threes, Kevin. They took a good percentage of shots from three. The bottom line was the percentage from those shots wasn't very good. Too many players putting up a handful of threes per game that just weren't consistent from that distance.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Augustine with it. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Celtics leading by 15. Irving attacking. Here's Tatum. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's 8 points for Jason Tatum.
Now, this guy's so good at making great decisions. Jason Tatum on the catch and shoot. That's nice.
They set the pick. And Tatum over to help. Ross in the corner. Fires for 3. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's his first foul. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Daniel Tice. For 3, Ross bangs home the trifecta.
Yeah, Terrence Ross in his comfort zone from distance. This guy has always had the eye of a sharpshooter.
Irving kicks to Horford. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pick by Horford. Hayward lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Celtics lead by 16.
You won't see many better finishes than that. Goes under the bucket, takes the defender completely out of the play.
Here's Gordon. Offensive rebound. Bamba. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Loving the toughness there from Bamba. Just needs to keep proving that he's not to be messed with.
Picked by Horford. And the call will be against Fournier. That'll be his second foul of the game. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
And really, Brown is astonishing when he takes it inside. The defense does not know what to do with it.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 9 assists now tonight. Here's Irving. The feed to Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Boy, don't touch Al Horford. You might get burned. This guy's just making shot after shot.
The Magic trail by 17. And here's Augustine. Feeds to Gordon. Back to Augustine. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Fournier rebounded by the Celtics. Hayward's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Irving. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions. And so far, it's paid off handsomely.
Free throw, good, Irving.
You know what's interesting is so many people wondered how Kyrie Irving would fit with the Boston Celtics. Well, the answer was pretty perfectly. He steps right into the system and has to carry the team, and the team flourishes with him at the head.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, Doris, it's rare to see a star player like Irving transition so smoothly onto a new team.
Well, agreed, Kevin. It wasn't just a new team. This was an established new team. But credit both Kyrie and the Celtics for coming to grips with how he fit.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Rozier, he's checked in for Boston. Bamba wide open, and he fires. The Magic again can't hit. Celtics leading by 19. Inside, here's Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, you know, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe him. I mean, Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
And he makes the first. Doris, what is your solution to the controversy surrounding one and dones?
Kevin, I believe the one and dones will be a thing of the past, and I think it will happen shortly. And the reason that can now become a viable option is the G League holds the key. You can now allow players to enter into the minor league straight out of high school. If they raise the salary of those G League players, then it helps across the board.
Yeah, Tatum plays with a lot of confidence. He feels like he can take on anyone and already proving to be a great leader at his age.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, his production has been unbelievable. Really a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Gordon a screen. Augustine passes to Gordon. Over Tatum. Kept alive. Back to Augustine. Tatum against Gordon. Pass to Bamba. Fournier in the corner. And the pass to Bamba. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Augustine against Rozier. Here's the screen to the inside. Here's Horford. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 3 assists now in this one. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And Augustine kicks to Bamba. Ross against Hayward. Passes it to Gordon. Deflects the pass. 3 on 3. Here's Horford. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, you've got to be willing to sit down on the pump fakes of Al Horford. He does an extraordinary job getting the defense to commit.
Doris, you think of all the highlight reel plays we get to see up close. We're so lucky. We feel the same way every time we sit courtside and watch one of these games. One of the most enjoyable parts about it, seeing the reactions of the guys on the bench.
They're just losing it, Kevin. They're falling down and they're bumping into each other, and then seeing the opposing bench trying to keep that poker face. They know they're not supposed to react, but sometimes the play is just so good you can't help it.
And we get out of our seats, don't we? I mean, just like the players do. We get out of our seats.
Oh, no doubt. I'll stand up, wave my hands in the air. Are you kidding?
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Augustine against Rozier. They set the pick, and Augustine kicks to Bamba. Outside Fournier. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from 3, and I'll tell you, they've put it to good use here.
Rozier against Augustine. Rozier, the pass to Horford. Oh, wow.
Well, just tremendous work in the pick and roll. Al Horford outstanding as the roll man.
Orlando's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. And Augustine kicks to Ross. Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the NBA playing in Mexico City.
Well, Kevin, you know this. Mexico City is the 5th largest city in the world. You are a geographic expert. This is a gateway to all of Latin America, and the NBA, as always, eager to expand their presence in new markets.
I agree. And the fact, Doris, they're so progressive. has just, given them so much new things, revenue, growth avenues to follow. It just opens up a whole new area where they can grow.
Never rest on your laurels, Kevin. Always work hard, just like the great Kevin Harlan does.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Yes, intercepted the ball in stride. Turnovers like this are devastating to the opposition.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in. .151 left here in the fourth quarter. Brown the pass to Horford. Rebound by the Magic.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Rozier against Grant. Just 5 to shoot. There's a good screen. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Celtics.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Horford.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
That free throw good from Brown.
One thing you have to consider if you're the Orlando Magic is finding some level of consistency. And I mean that both in terms of the roster and the coaching staff. To me, when there's a lot of turnover in both of these departments, it can take its toll on an organization, and we've seen that with Orlando.
Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. And Brown drops them both.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
Augustine against Smart. And Augustine kicks to Simmons. They set the pick. Here's a 1-2. Off the left rim and out.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
Horford with the screen on Augustine. Here's Smart. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Mozgov.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. Screen by Simmons. Here's Augustine. No good from 11 feet. Here's Smart. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.